I recently watched this video about a guy, I think he's one of the Shark Tank guys, talking about something called the signal to noise ratio. So he's talking about signal is basically what is the most important, highest leverage thing you can do in the next 18 hours or the next day. Like you sleep 6 hours, the next 18 hours. He talks about how some of the most incredibly successful people, like Steve Jobs, were like 80% signal and 20% noise. The noise is like the bullshit basic work you have to do. And then he also talked about Elon Musk, who he said is probably the closest thing to 100% signal, almost no noise. The thing I realize is that if you have clarity, if you think deeply, and you can work at maybe 20 to 30% signal every single day, you don't need 80%, 20 to 30% signal. Most normal people, most competent people, most people you'd consider like, oh yeah, this guy gets it, this guy is like strong, this guy is like going places. You can completely destroy them if you simply operate at 20 to 30% signal. Like you just operating at 20 to 30% signal on a daily basis within a few months can take you to like top 1%, like top 0.1%. Like nobody can compete with you. You don't need Steve Jobs 80% signal, Elon Musk. That's like how many people around the world are like that, you know? How many Elon Musks are there? How many Steve Jobs? Maybe what, 10, 100? You can operate at 20 to 30% signal, figure out what is the highest leverage, minimal work that you can do, and then you do that highest leverage task every day, 20 to 30% signal for a few hours. You can become a millionaire easy. Somebody who's been practicing a skill for a year, you can beat them with 2 weeks of practice. You just become radical at being able to improve yourself and just surpassing everybody insanely quick. You don't need 80% signal like Steve Jobs. 20 to 30% is really all you need to completely destroy your competition and anybody in like the average bracket, average to competent bracket. That's not like an insane fucking outlier like Steve Jobs. So figure out what your highest leverage 2 to 3 things you have to do is. Put a couple of hours in every day. Still enjoy life, but put a couple hours in and seriously hone in on it. You'll just begin to crush everybody. Alright guys, that's it for this one.